Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome to Star Wars Republic Commando. This is a 2005 shooter. It was published by LucasArts, developed by LucasArts back when they were, an actual studio. And it was supposed to bridge the gap between Episode 2 and Episode 3 in the Star Wars prequel trilogy. It doesn't really do that. It does kick off at the end of Episode 2, and it does kind of end towards the end of Episode 3, but there's only 3 missions in the game, or, 3 levels, and then there's a bunch of different things in between. It's a whole thing. But this is a game that takes a lot of influence from games that were popular back in 2004, 2005. So we're talking Metroid Prime, Halo, we're looking at some Rainbow Six influences here. We're really going to get a lot. And I'm going to talk a lot about how this game's aged, which is not super well while we play it. But we're going to do that on the other side of this cutscene. I'll see you on the other side of it.
Welcome, little one. This is your first day. Your designation will be RP-01/138. We expect great things from you. You have been born into dangerous times. A sharp mind can be the key to survival. But as often as not, it will be your inherent physical traits that win the day. And in this regard, you will be superior to your more common brethren. For you are a Commando, an elite unit, something truly special. Your weapons, your armor, and most importantly, your brothers. The Eifer of our world hunt in pods to bring down much larger prey. So too shall you join with 3 brothers and become fierce hunters for the Republic. Now, join your pod and embrace your destiny as their leader. Join Delta Squad. Delta 4-0, your foundation, a pure and uncomplicated soldier. 6-2, the heart and soul of your team. And 07, the fiercest hunter of all your brothers. You are each a piece of a whole person. And the Republic will call you to defend and give your lives, if need be.
Sergeant, get those troopers into the gunship!
Ready for liftoff! New gunship, okay, Group B, let's move it! Let's go, push those cannons to the stern! Load the ammo and the ordnance. Let's go. Let's go.
Sir, we're gonna split up for the drop, but we'll meet you at the RV on Geonosis. See you planetside, sir.
Notice vessels approaching us, don't stare off, look off at the course. Does not respond to signals, but is believed to be a techno-union armed transport. Location vessel appears to be taking action. Stand by.
Welcome to Geonosis, 3-8. It's nice to see they finally unhooked you from the simulators. I've been assigned as your advisor, and will be your eye in the sky until further notice, or we all get killed. Once you're on the ground, you will rendezvous with Delta Squad. Delta 6-2 is nearby. Your first objective is to find them and link up. The squad objective remains Find Sun Fac and eliminate him. I will be issuing further orders as you go. Good luck, Commando. Okay, we're above the LZ. Hook in.
Look out!
I will be providing you with support and tactical information as necessary. Tactical information will be displayed on your heads-up display as holographic projections. Text communications will be displayed in this area. Here are your orders. Your primary target is the Geonosian leader, Sun Fac. Delta lead, it is absolutely vital that Sun Fac not escape. Delta lead, are you alright? You just took an anti-infantry round. Your vitals don't look very good. Heal yourself with Bacta before you go any further. There's a medical station in your vicinity.
Okay, with that, we're going to kind of ignore Clone Advisor for a while here.
You are ready to proceed.
He's going to just give you some basic ideas of how to play the game, but they don't really explain certain things. He's going to give you objectives as well for now, and it's just sort of a... This is your tutorial area, basically. So you can aim down sights with your gun, as you can see here. You actually start off with 2 guns. The game doesn't really explain that, but you do actually have a pistol mapped to your 1 button if you're playing on the PC. I believe it was the down button on the Xbox. I could be wrong on that, though. The pistol is sort of your weapon of last resort, however, and it's really meant for situations where you run out of blaster ammo, and this will actually happen in the game. Because in this first mission or so, it's very generous with ammo, but almost every enemy in this game is complete bullet sponge, and it doesn't help that the guns aren't overly accurate at times. But there are different weapons, and you'll find use for those things as we go. Right now, we are just going into the Battle of Geonosis and shooting down droids. It's pretty great. These guys, the droids we're seeing now are not a huge problem. As a matter of fact, one melee hit will take them right out.
Move to the next waypoint.
Medic! We need a medic over here!
Alright, these guys are going to have some words for this.
Commandos! If they're anything as good as I hear, they could practically win the war themselves.
I don't know why they do that little thing, but they do.
Sir!
Nope, this guy.
Territory! Stick with the droid and fuck!
There's going to be a point later in the game where your guy actually comments, hey, normal troopers can't actually use Bacta, yet we just saw a guy using Bacta. I don't know what's going on. The game is weird about some of this stuff. I love the knife in the gauntlet thing, though. That is fantastic. One of my favorite parts of the game is just dispensing street justice to robots like that. Especially considering these guns are, like I said, fairly inaccurate. Now, aiming down the sights with the guns, you're seeing me not really do that a ton. I'm doing it here just to show it off. It's a toggle, which always gets me in this game. Instead of holding down the button to aim down sights, you toggle it. And you can't tell right now. Let's wait for it. Yeah, your aim goes way off when the game shakes. So it's actually better for you to, a lot of the time, stay in the hip-fire mode, which is still fairly accurate. As long as these guys don't move, you should be able to hit them just fine. I'm picking up as much ammo as I can because that 300 rounds does go pretty quickly. Now, another thing about this game is, just like, say, Halo, there are actually multiple grenade types. So, the thermal detonators I have now, while useful, are not really the be-all, end-all, especially for droids. The other grenades, the thermal detonators are actually kind of boring compared to some of the other grenades, and they're not as useful as some of the other ones. So, let's continue on here. Yes, you can crawl, or crouch, as it were.
Coordinate 6-2 is in your vicinity. You should be coming up on him shortly.
But you can also hold shift to walk slowly, which is a very Counter-Strike thing to do. I don't know why it's in this game like that.
Woo! Eat plasma, you stupid droids! Yeah! Have some of that!
So, every one of your squad mates is straight on a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. 6'2" here, Scorch, is definitely Michelangelo.
Your HUD, boss.
So, yeah, it's a thing. I'm pretty sure that that was the plan. Your character is obviously Leonardo. And, yeah. Yeah, whatever.
I need you to demo
So,
Good.
here is our first example of one of the big mechanics in this game. Will you just die, please? Wait.
Heads up, squad.
It is,
In your position.
you can actually have your guys go and do certain actions in the world. Now, a lot of this is actually them doing things like this here, or breaching through a door or something like that. Just to kill these Geonosis real quick.
Charge is
But sometimes they can do some pretty neat stuff, or they can take up positions to cover you. And you can actually do these things by yourself.
Heavy artillery over here.
Gunship Hawken, en route.
Target's here. Powering up.
Moving to semi-area position.
Yeah, okay. So I don't... Whoa. I've actually never been hit by that before.
I will continue to monitor you.
Yeah, there's definite friendly fire in this game.
Information is necessary. Reinforcements are currently unavailable, so watch each other's backs in there.
So one of the things, before we go into the next area, I just want to mention is that you can actually cause your friendly characters and other characters to overlap their dialogue in this game because there's nothing telling the game to stop a sound clip. It's weird.
Ultimate objective is Sunfac, but your immediate objective is to rendezvous with Delta 4-0.
So, our next thing is just to kind of go through this little facility here. This is still all in the training phase of the game, by the way. The training video, or the training section of the game, is going to kind of continue basically until the end of this first video, almost. So, real quick, I'm going to show you what it looks like to plant a charge yourself. One of the weird things is that you have to be basically up against the object to do this. And this is what reminds me of Rainbow Six. Being able to control squad mates or do things yourself, or tactically set up breaches and all this other stuff. It's a very Rainbow Six thing to do.
Uploading and linking with your visor, sir.
It stinks. Anyways, this is... yeah.
Advise you task 4-0 with slicing that security shield. He is supremely qualified.
I always wish that the clone advisor would shut the fuck up.
Location is displayed here.
So here's the thing about telling people to do stuff, is that while the game kind of pitches it as 4-0, Donatello is your computer expert, Scorch is your demolitions expert, and Sev is your combat guy, every one of them can do the exact same thing with the exact same time taken. It's never even a question. Alright, you can even tell them to go get Bacta. Now the thing about the telling them to get Bacta is that sometimes they will just decide, fuck it, and they will just get it themselves without you telling them to. Alright, another thing, they will sometimes run ahead. You can set them to form up behind you, which is kind of their passive mode. Attack. You can tell them to go investigate a certain point. And you can tell them to get off of whatever the fuck they're doing and come rendezvous with you.
Door leading to the hangar. Activity in the hangar suggests that they are unaware of your presence. I advise slicing the controls to this door and entering quietly via a door slice maneuver.
So, there's another thing. You can actually tell people to get off of these things, and it won't lose any of the time that's on there. So he had 8 seconds. I'm going to finish the slice. It's just stuff you can do. I'm going to try to avoid doing a lot of this stuff, but there's going to be times where I would rather have the cover than I would want to shoot things, because these guys are actually really accurate.
Thanks, sir. You got it.
So it's actually helpful to have them shooting, because they're very useful as teammates in that regard. One of the few times where you're actually going to be like, good thing I have all these AI guys.
Advisor, we've located a pair of Geonosian fighters in man.
We don't want them to be used against us. Destroy them.
I'm not going to talk about the next set of mechanics, because there's another reason to talk about it. Of course, there are explosive barrels on every stage of the game, so if you're worried about getting overwhelmed by robots at any given time, don't worry too much about that. I have never seen them shoot through the fucking wall before, but there have been some weird things that have happened in this game when I've been recording test videos, so I'm not overly worried about that. It's just another thing that happened. And this is where we get into visor mode.
It's getting a little dark here.
Delta Squad, switch to visor mode.
Now I'm ready.
Anyways, visor modes. So you can switch through between the tactical view that I spend most of my time in, this low light view, and another mode that is just like plain visor view, which reduces a lot of the stuff on the HUD. It's useful-ish. It's actually, no, it's not. There's no good reason to ever get out of tactical view if you're not in low light mode. Here it is. See this? It's just got a bunch of shit in it. But if you come up against, watch these guys. This is kind of neat. They get little outlines. Things in the world are kind of outlined a little bit more. It's neat. And if you aim at somebody, it tells you which one they are.
Advisor, Delta. It's plenty bright in here. Good. Now use the demo charge to clear the path.
Oh, so hey, there is friendly fire in this game, as you could probably have told this. I am having a day here. Sorry. You could probably tell that there was friendly fire based on me getting hit with that laser early in the video. But yeah, it's there. It's not particularly bad early, but holy hell, when you have guys on things, it's difficult. Okay, so that's the thing that our advisor was just telling us about. You can actually focus your guys on certain enemies by hitting the action button on the enemy. I won't use this a ton because, well, your guys are kind of dumb about how they work with it. But it's got its uses at times, and I'll show it off. Don't worry, in a bit more obvious fashion. Ooh, I took some damage there. These guys don't do a ton of damage, and so I tend to rush them even if they're surrounding me, because a single decent grenade will usually just do them all in, and the game is very liberal with its grenade placement early on, especially. Ammo placement, though, you can already see I'm a little low on this stuff, and
This hall is directly above Sunfax's planning room. You can rappel down from the ledge.
Roger that. Let's get down to the lower level.
let's go meet our final team member here.
Delta Lead, squad mate 07 is now in your vicinity and remaining covert. Caution.
07 locking into your hut, sir.
Getting acquainted with the locals, eh, Sev?
That was fun.
Where's Sunfac?
In the next room, boss.
Alright, you can go in there guns blazing and try to take him out, but it won't do anything. You can't kill him because his death is preordained in a scripted manner. So, don't bother. Don't even bother. But, there is something else we can see through this next door.
Go, go!
Welcome to the Super Battle Droid. Let's have our guys go after him.
Your squad fire on single
Super Battle Droids are painful. Hey guys, let me just...
Watch my blast,
but, as you see there, he's all electrified because one of my guys has ion grenades. Ion grenades are super goddamn useful and are almost necessary to take out those guys. And I have 5 of them right now, so that's good news for me.
to cover now!
There are 2 of them in this room.
Eliminate target.
You just look how fast his health goes down when you hit him with an ion grenade first.
Subject terminated.
They go down fast with that. Now, there should be one more. Huh. Weird. I've come in here where there's 2 of them and some Geonosians, and it's a whole thing. It looks like I got off easy this time. Just like Rainbow Six, you can send these guys to go after doors like this. Do a breach and clear.
Target down.
Now, you're often given a choice, breach and clear or slice. And I generally suggest having them breach and clear, because there's almost never a reason not to. Sev's up here because he's got to show off his abilities.
Sunfax fighter is warming up. Delta, what are you doing?
Oh, not stabbing things because hit detection's weird.
He's taking off! Now you've lost!
Yeah, stabby, stabby. Don't worry, this is scripted. There's nothing you can do to fuck this up besides let Sev die.
Woohoo! Yeah! I love that smell! All I smell is burnt Geonosis.
3-8, my scanners show an explosion.
That's affirmative. Subject terminated.
Did you see that? A cracked in one Geonosis.
Confirmed. It's unidentified. I'll check the intelligence databanks. Move on, Deltas. There's no time to celebrate, Deltas. As you already know, 3-6's squad has been incapacitated. Their mission was to disable the droid factory in this sector. Your squad has been retasked for this purpose. Proceed to the elevator.
Yeah, that weird aircraft going by, which I can't remember whose that is, but that thing, God, I hate that because you're probably over at this door by the point that that thing flies through. I didn't know what the hell that was 10 years ago. I didn't even know that was a thing. Alright, next video. So this is, or, well, next section.
Indicates that there are several factories buried deep underground, but they are impenetrable to our large assault forces. Heat signatures emanating from this spire tell us there is a factory below. Neutralizing one of these factories will tip the scales in our favor for the surface battle. Our scanners cannot pinpoint the factory's exact location because of a jamming device located near your current position. First, disable the jamming device. Once that is accomplished, I can guide you to your main target. Our communication will be sporadic. Inside, so you're on your own until that...
Signal lost, sir. Too bad it was just... Warriors!
Right there. I don't understand why they bother with the... Not quite. I don't know why they had the text go on, or, well, his statement go on beyond where the game is going to allow it to play. Alright, so we've got our first weapon attachment.
Sniper mode. Very accurate. Very deep. Initiate door breach,
Time
Commando.
to no-scope some Geonosis. Yeah, the sniper mode is probably the most frequently used alternate mode for the blaster. It's pretty damn powerful, and will mostly one-shot almost anything.
Harvesting fidna resin, highly explosive in its raw form.
Headshot. This is...
I
including
hear
battle
machinery
droids, by
below.
the way.
Looks like we're on the right track.
The sniper rounds will just take out
That
battle
means we get
droids
to kill some
with
more
one
bugs,
shot if
right?
you know where you're
Will
shooting.
you look at
I
this
can't
place?
Multiple targets on the bridge.
Lead, looks like a good place for a little sniper action.
Taking out that bridge is a good first move. You can actually, let's watch this guy burn to death here.
Call me a mutant.
Well, he
I
didn't.
think there'd be bugs here.
Nice hit, Delta 3-8.
Ooh, wow, I don't know why I missed that. Wow, I am just having a shit time shooting right now. Alright, hold on. Let's switch back. If there's any issues I have with the fact that your guns are all based on the blaster you have, it is that it takes a little while to switch
That
to.
doesn't sound good. Must be the battle upstairs.
But outside of that, I do like the idea of having multiple weapons within one weapon. It's very much a Splinter Cell thing. If you remember Splinter Cell 3 Chaos Theory, where you had your gun could be a sniper rifle, an assault rifle, or a shotgun.
Eyes front, Commandos.
I guess that's probably not exactly where that came from, but it's a neat idea. I wish more games would kind of follow through on that at times. But
Looks like we're in some sort of Geonosian birthing chamber, gentlemen.
What do you know? They are eggs.
In
Give
position.
them a wide berth just to be safe.
Just when you think they can't get any more disgusting. Geos!
Alright, so this is where you kind of see the point of having people on points like this one here. These guys are insanely accurate, and they will just down basically anything that gets in their way. Like that. Holy shit, like that. So you can do whatever you want. He's gonna pop these things like immediately. And often he won't even hit those explosives. Now the one issue is that they don't care if you... Oh, fuck me, I hate this fucking... one of the things I really wish they didn't do, and it's, you know, for the atmosphere and everything, is I really wish they had made everything shake all the goddamn time. Because there's certain things you're trying to do, like, say, snipe, or possibly tell people to get on or off of points. It's difficult to do that while also, you know,
On my way.
getting shaken around. Shooting, not a really big deal to me.
Shield must be nearby.
Oh man, he hit that ion grenade in the perfect spot to get all those guys.
Charge out, squad!
I'll wait for him to finish off here. You can see that the ion grenade does.
Abandon position, Delta.
We've got as far into this as we need to go with these
The jamming
guys
device is
being on
interfering
that.
with my visuals. Take them out from there, Delta.
They don't stand a chance against me.
What you want to do here is just get your guys set up on points fast, because these Geonosians come in way fast, and they can do a lot of damage. And this is one of those spots where I always go and do the hacking myself,
At the opposite end of this room.
while the troopers watch out for me.
Jamming device.
They are generally pretty damn good about this, until maybe, like right there, where people get up in their faces. But with 3 of them sniping at the enemies popping in behind me, I should be pretty okay. I might take a couple shots, but Not even one.
Shield us down slightly.
Pretty good.
Device.
Yeah, we'll get right on that.
Alright, so I'm
Abandon
actually going
position,
to pop
Delta.
Scorch off of here and have him do this.
Place a charge on the jamming device.
Now, the thing that kind of bugs me in a way is that you can't just walk up against one of these things and use the station the way your guys do. You can only send them to do it. And the reason that bugs me is because it'd be nice if there was like a cover system or a way to get basically infinite weaponry like your guys have. But it's also one of those things where, because you have a little bit more freedom of choice in terms of what you're using at any given time, you kind of have the advantage over your guys.
Communications coming back online. Initial scans show a large complex 1 level below your current location. Make your way through the opening behind the jamming device.
So back to stations like this are pretty frequent. The issue is that you have to kind of line people up for them a lot of the time. It's kind of frustrating in that way.
Delta squad forming up.
Because, well, it doesn't take very long. Jesus Christ. Michael J. Fox aiming system here. It doesn't take long to get these guys to go through or anything like that, but it's just frustrating and kind of boring to wait for them to hit these things.
At the end of this shaft, you can rappel to the lower level from that ledge.
Okay.
Let's get down to the lower level.
Right behind you, squad leader.
Stay alert. I'm reading a sudden surge of activity in your area. Vent shafts leading to the factory are located on the opposite side of the spire from your location.
Figures.
Where readings are unable to find a way across the spire to the factory, you're going to have to get creative with this one.
Alright. Well, we'll do that next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you then.